Hi, ladies, and welcome back to my naughty little channel. How are you feeling today? Let me know down below, and then I want to introduce part 4 of my new series, Things That Trigger Leveled Down Women About Exoticals. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. So, in this episode, I'll be talking about another thing leveled down women hate about you. Class is in session. Level down women hate that you are changing your habits. Level down women have more excuses than literally anything else. They're constantly complaining about whatever they don't like about their looks, their job, their position in life in general, all while doing little to nothing to change it, which is why, please, I'm not saying in a previous episode, I said something about probably surgery and all that good stuff. I'm not saying that I feel like, oh, everybody just needs surgery. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'd much rather you change yourself than hate on the people who naturally or unnaturally, whatever, have attained what you would like. Don't hate on the girl who's got the fatty. Get the fatty. However you want to get the fatty. Just don't be a hater, because it can't be. I feel like being a hater is going to get in the way of you having a fatty. But I just feel like in general, us exoticals, I've noticed, are really good at taking action to achieve the lives of our dreams, whatever that looks like, whether that's our internalized beauty standard, our career, our financial goals, personal development, just being successful in general. Us working on our unique leveling up journeys constantly highlights to other people, especially leveled down women, how stagnant they are. And I'm sorry if you heard in the background, I had an electric kettle. I'm probably going to hop up and pour this herbal tea in a moment. But can you imagine being fat, unkempt, not investing in yourself, not investing in your health, your fitness, or your future, and you see a glowing, exotical leveling up right in front of your eyes? Which brings me to my second point. You're just walking proof that their limiting beliefs don't apply to everyone. When you decide to change your habits, they think you're leaving them behind. And it's because you are. Oh, hey boo. But where was I? Yeah, they see you changing your habits and they're like, "Wait, we can do that?" Like they feel like there are rules to this game. And or like, not saying that there aren't rules to the game, but they feel like they can't break them or they don't understand the rules, whatever it is, you know, they don't like you leaving them behind. When you're changing your habits, you know, they feel like they're losing their trauma bonding buddy. Because many leveled up women, or leveled down women, I should say, they don't hate being unfulfilled and leveled down as long as they're at their, you know, real or perceived bottom with somebody else, with you. They want somebody to trauma bond with over it. And when they don't have their trauma bonding buddy, it's harder for them to stay stagnant. So they either have to change and level up as well to resolve the discomfort, or they have to hate and try to knock you off of your grind. And that's what they usually opt to try and do. Very rarely are they just like, you know, oh, I can't trauma bond over being fat with this girl anymore. Maybe I shouldn't be fat either. They're just like, okay, we need her fat again. Operation Get That Exotical Fat is in full effect. It's a go. It's just like when you stay stagnant, they feel better about them not ever changing. But when you start changing, it conflicts with their beliefs that change is impossible and that, oh, that's just how I am, and that everybody feels like that. I don't say to myself when there's something that I want or something I feel like I'm doing wrong or I'd like to improve on, I don't just say, oh, that's just how I am. I mean, obviously I acknowledge that's where I'm at right now, but I'm just like, oh, well, how do I fix it? Like, I just don't feel like it's just an unattainable, you know, I am this. Like, why would I'm unorganized? Just get organized. Like, not just get organized, because yes, that can be very hard with just in life, just not having the skills, not knowing that. But you can definitely invest in learning something that you don't know or developing a skill. So, moving on to my third point, which is kind of like my main point. I feel like as an exotical, especially when you start leveling up, your journey is going to put their dissatisfaction with their life right in their face. Because as you start achieving your goals, you're going to start becoming more radiant, more magnetic, more confident, and just overall a more happy woman. And so they're going to look at you like, literally, why the F is this bee so happy? Like, why is she so calm? What does she have to be smiling about? They get pissed off. Level down women, I've noticed, they have a very negative self talk and like a very negative inner story about themselves and about their life. And for me, a lot of the times, it's really awkward to, because I don't have that type of way of speaking to myself, thinking about myself. Um, it's awkward being around that, because it's like I'm not gonna join in and be like, "Oh yeah, you suck," but I'm also not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I suck," or just whatever they say. They say crazy stuff. Comment down below. Have you ever noticed that when women are leveled down, that there's a link with them also having a negative self-talk? Even for yourself, even if it's you as an exotical or a pretty girl, somebody who's just on this channel and you've been leveling up, have you noticed when you were more leveled down having more negative self-talk than you do now? I feel like their topics of conversation and their sense of humor is just, it's just weird to me, you know? I was at work the other day and then Sharon was talking on the phone with someone for a while, and then she came to tell me, because quick side note, when I'm working, I do what I have to do, and then I pretty much use the rest of my free time to get my own life together. I feel like I don't believe in, like, if you have downtime at work, why would you not schedule this appointment, meal plan, do something for your own side hustle or your passion project? Like, why? I don't understand that. And I think it also just has to do with the generation. Our generation is just very like that. Like, my demographics for this channel, I would say I get mainly millennials, I would say some Gen X and Gen Z. And I would say for the, maybe not Gen X as much, maybe more like the Gen X people that are focused. If you're Gen X and you're on this channel, it's probably because you're an exotic or you're interested in psychology or finance or leveling up in general. But, you know, I'm not just going to slave my whole day away all day, every day, and hope that I'm going to level up without putting in any time. Um, like, I'm not slacking on my work. I do everything and I get high praise all the time. I just, the industry that I'm in at my level, I have a lot of downtime. And so this person in my office, the Sharon that I'm talking about, she seems to notice that. And when she gets a free moment, which she doesn't really have a free moment, like she's never actually done with her stuff. She's at a different level than I am. And instead, when she gets like a quiet moment, instead of her being like, let me get my desk organized or get some of these things checked off, or work on myself, work on my passion project, meal plan or something, she just comes over to my desk and she wants to start talking about stuff. And so she oftentimes will use her free time to talk at work, about work, even more. And it's not stuff that helps me do my job better or information I really needs to know, but she loves it, love that for her. And I guess the client she was talking to was complaining about how her daughter is about to receive an inheritance. And so she was at this job that she wasn't liking. And so she quit it. And it wasn't paying her enough. And I guess in the time that she's waiting to get her inheritance and, isn't working right now, she's quote unquote basically made the gym her new job. And mind you, the girl that they're talking about, I don't even know this girl. First time I've heard of her. Apparently this was my business. but the girl's in her 20s. And I feel like this is relevant information. The woman in front of me is large. So this threw me for a loop because I would say to millennials and Gen Z, we have an awareness that you can actually quit a job and be leveling up. Like you can know what you're doing. And we're used to seeing people become like YouTubers, entrepreneurs, or influencers, drop shippers. We're in the age of social media, marketing specialists, and online personal trainers and door dashes, and like the gig economy, literally whatever you have to do to pay your bills and gain more time freedom and not hate your life and hate yourself. But the way she was saying it was so shady. So I was like, wait, huh? Like you're dissing her because she left a job that wasn't paying her enough that she didn't like. And another, like the important thing is the girl's 24, mind you. She's in her 20s. So basically it was two overweight, old, leveled down women, two Sharons, who are aging like mangoes, clowning a girl in her 20s who's leaving a job that was not paying her enough and wasn't making her happy enough. And so I was just like, well, your 20s is for figuring things out. Like, isn't that what generational wealth is all about? Because, side note, she's like, oh, well, I guess the mom is mad because they've worked so hard. So, like, obviously the girl is not destitute. And I don't know if she's just mooching or whatever, but I don't know. With my kids, it'll be like, hey, if your job makes you hate yourself and hate your life, and they're not even paying my amazing child enough money to do that freaking work, yeah, you can stay with mama for a moment. But I was basically like, okay, in general, I'm like, I'm not a big complainer. So either kick her out or let her stay there and support her and help her figure out her next move. Like, don't be talking shit about her to your, I don't want to say what industry I'm in, but you know, to a service provider that you deal with, you're just talking crap to them about your daughter. Is she in the house? Like, you ever like, ooh, I don't like stuff like that. But I'm like, to me, that's generational wealth. I'm like, being able to give your children the flexibility to not be at a depressing job they hate for money that's not worth it. Like that's why I was saying, I'm like, um, I don't, or I didn't say this next part, but in my head though, I'm thinking like, I don't know why some people normalize spending 40 hours plus a week because it's way more than that. Even if you have 40 hours a week, a lot of people work more than that, have two jobs, and there's also commuting, sleeping for that job, decompressing, the time to decompress from that job. And you have a whole life, like you're a whole human with a future, and I would hope goals and passions and hobbies and stuff. Like, how much money is a job worth to work it and you hate it, it's draining you, and it's wrecking your mental health? Like they will literally shame people who don't want to do that. And so in my head, I'm like, how are you two fat ladies kikiing about a girl wanting to be in shape? Like obviously she sees you guys being of a more advanced age and being shaped like a bowling ball, shaped like a Sharon. I'll say it again, some of us don't want to be Sharon shaped. And you're clowning her for that. Like I literally was like, okay. In America, we actually have a problem with obesity. So it's a good thing she didn't like make obesity her job instead. Because I'm like, oh, she's going to the gym. That's great. I'm sure all the time she was working before at that job that she hated that wasn't paying her enough, she was probably getting fat and not able to work out. So she's like, oh, let me go get snatched. You're clowning her for getting snatched. I don't understand that. But like let me see. One was probably 60s. The other one, I don't know how old she would be. But there are literally women who are in their 70s that I look up to who still have muscle tone and look cute still. And they live moderately active lifestyles. But big back beluga whales get mad and offended when they see you changing your habits and showing through your loud actions that you just don't find them aspirational. Every workout you do, every corset you buy, every salad you eat, every time you fast, every time they catch you eating less than 5,000 calories in one sitting, they will see that you aren't trying to be like them as you age. And Like for me, they're stunning. Oh my God, such stunning women that I follow online. And even that I know in real life who are older than me, whether it's like a few years, 5 years, 10, 15, or whatever, who are even 20, who are just like, oh my gosh. And I don't know, maybe it's weird, but they literally make me say to myself, like, oh, she eats avocados? Bet. I guess eating avocados makes you a baddie. Like, she uses this oil. Like, I definitely feel like that with women who I feel like look aspirational, especially when they're older than you. I'm like, some girls who are older than girls my age literally look better than us. So I'm like, okay, what are you on? What are you eating, girl? Because I need to know. I bet you she's on to something. Like, okay, one example would be like Angela Bassett. Me, literally, I saw a video of what she eats years ago, and I was like, Angela Bassett eats what? Oh, like, and I hope they find it flattering. But see, Sharon's, they don't ever get to feel like that. They don't even get the chance to feel like it's flattering. They don't get to feel like they have a cute fan or like a little apprentice or a mini me when the leveled up exotical is around, because your actions show you rejecting her lifestyle. Like I said, it's not enough for them psychologically to just be by themselves and have used their free will to be dusty and overweight and Sharon shaped big back belugas. For them to feel okay, we all have to put our fists up and unite and show that we are down with the sisterhood of the stationary Sharon shaped beluga whales. Say that 5 times fast. So what do you think, ladies? Have you ever noticed how big Sharon-shaped beluga whales get offended when you don't want to be like them? Let me know in the comments down below. And speaking of being offended, I am literally offended that I have yet to say thank you all for 206 subs. Hi, sexy. Can more than 10% of you pretty people please help me pick a name for my corner of the internet? Right now, I have a poll up and we're voting between the Worldies, the Wymanati, or something else. So, do you have any ideas inside your big, voluptuous brain? Then don't be shy and let me know. Until next time, ladies, eyes on the prize.